We're going to flip over to the NFC now.
Uh,
The complete dumpster fire that is most of their league.
I wouldn't say. I just think that this is going to be a very weak first round for the NFC, and so set us up. And what, we're not. Oh, you know what? I mentioned 3 games in a row for the AFC, but they're not going to do all 3 AFC in one day.
Maybe.
It's going to be They're going to mix it in.
Alternate?
They're going to do 2-1, 1-2. So it's not going to be AFC day, NFC day. They always mix it in. So we're going to have a little bit of NFC fun, but there's not a whole lot of NFC fun ahead of us. So great, tell us.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the stinker out of the way with. The Bucks play either the football team or the Giants. It's basically Tom Brady against the NFC East.
Right, and they could probably do a fantasy draft of NFC East players to fill out an all-star team. Look, this clearly is not like Tom Brady fan gear.
No.
In fact, I'm a bitter Steelers fan. Our 3 Super Bowl appearances, somebody else took care of Tom Brady for us.
2 times it was Mark Sanchez.
Twice it was Mark Sanchez, and once it was
Matt Castle.
It was
Matt Castle.
Matt Castle wasn't even in the playoffs. It was because Brady's ACL was torn early in the year.
Exactly.
So Steelers never got past
Brady.
in a head-to-head. They got crushed. So, of course, I'm bitter. It's immature. I know. But, now and then let me just be a football jerk about it. But having said that, the Bucks are cruising right now. Brady is playing well. Everything is clicking for them. And it doesn't matter whether it's the Washington football team hosting or it's the Giants hosting. It's going to be over halfway through the second quarter. Now, yeah, maybe if it's the Giants, Eli will start tweeting pictures of Daniel Jones wearing an Eli jersey, but that's about as much fun as it'll be for the Giants. Alex Smith will get a montage in the beginning about comeback player of the year, and that's all wonderful. I'm glad he's able to play. But when the whistle blows and the game is on, it's over, Johnny.
I think Alex Smith will put up more of a fight than the Giants.
The Washington football team's defense is actually quite good, too. That Chase Young is the guy that's been running wild on the defense.
They're, I think, in the top 15 in the league.
There'll be some flashes, and maybe Brady will wait them out and let them burn off their energy, but it's going to be surgical.
Not a flashy win, but a solid win.
It's going to be a solid win. Brady's face is going to be, no emotion. Some of his teammates are going to be excited because they haven't been to the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game. But for him, it's going to be business as usual. They're going to put up more than 30 points. They're not going to allow 20. So that's the range we're looking at right now. And I don't want people to bet money based on what I said in terms of the difference, the spread, or over under. That's just how I'm feeling. If I were to put money on anything, I would just take the money that I would have bet and bought food for myself. So, were you with me on that? With the Brady thing? You're not going to go on your own?
Despise the NFC East. I mean, the only team that I think I give a chance would be Washington. The Bucks are just mutated Patriots because the Patriots never look strong, but they're winners. Which is such an amorphous term. Like, oh, he's a winner. Well, what does that mean?
And you don't want to. I said earlier, everyone in Cincinnati is a pro. You're still an NFL player, but why is it that a team can go from trash to falling in line? Like, do they just do what the quarterback is going to do? You had that 30-30 guy last year.
Well, the thing is...
And so you're just, whatever team. But Brady shows up, and now you're going to be serious?
Well,
were you not serious before?
The Bucs defense with Jameis Winston was decent. They just couldn't show it because pick sixes are killer.
That's true. They're on the field all the time.
And they're on the field all the time. They get winded. Brady, along with the winning, has brought consistency to the Bucs. And they are a above average team as a whole. Right. Mike Evans is an all-pro receiver, even with Jameis Winston. Goodwin, yeah, is their number 2 receiver. He showed flash with Winston, but never reached his true potential. Now that he has Brady, an actual competent quarterback, he's emerged.
And now you still Gronk catch ball.
And yeah, Gronk catch ball.
Gronk run, Gronk catch ball.
They have a pretty decent running game with Leonard Fournette. I think that's who
Did they
picked
pick
him
up
up.
Fournette?
I mean, I haven't heard him all year.
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing much, but Brady's just having it on cruise control. And again, I'm high on Tom Brady today for this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Next weekend after that is a totally different story. So this week, yeah, Tampa Bay can think about putting up billboards of Tom Brady and whatnot, but that's just for this week.
I also want to point out at halftime during the Atlanta and Patriots game, you're like, that's it. Atlanta's got this. And I said, hold your horses. I'm feeling a comeback here. And we all know who was right on that one.
That's
next
true.
game. We have the Rams and the Seahawks. I hate this game. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. These are two teams not living up to their potential. Seahawks barely put away the 49ers today. And the Rams won against a kind of hurt Arizona team without Kyler Murray, without Larry Fitzgerald.
They had half a Murray.
Half a Murray, yeah.
Less than half a Murray.
They had one full quarter, half of the first and half of the fourth. So
But he was only half the man in the fourth.
exactly. I
So
mean,
half of a half.
so how tall is he? Like
maybe
3 foot?
all right, maybe there was a 40% Murray out there.
All right. This game, it's like, to the casual viewer, they're gonna go, oh, this game's gonna be intense, a lot of high scoring, some defensive stops. This is gonna be like a 17-13 slow game, which I enjoy. I love defense more than offense.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are more complete than the Rams. I think the Rams have lucked into this spot with so many tiebreakers. I think just off of that, I think Seattle is going to get this.
This is at Seattle, right? Because they're the division winner.
Correct. This is
you know what?
12th man.
You know what's bad is that this is because it's at Seattle. This is going to be an 8:00 game, whether it's Saturday or Sunday,
Oh, because of the time.
because of the time zone. And this, fellas, if you're looking for a game to not watch,
Just
because
have-
you don't want to block out the entire. Let's just say that your girl will watch football with you, but she's not a football junkie.
Not a big deal. Your relationship can still work. You can still have, 50 happy years ahead of you. But if she's not huge into it, this is the game to sacrifice. This is the game. I know we can't go out to dinner, but if we need to go run an errand, if you need to watch a Real Housewives of Toledo reunion or whatever, this is the game to cede control of the TV and
That's how badly I think of this game. Is Jared Goff out for the remainder with the broken thumb, or can they tape it?
We don't know.
Because he didn't play today.
We don't know.
And
And
Bob Nochin played today.
It's broken thumb on his throwing hand.
I know, so you can't.
So, I mean, that's just one more tick in Seattle's favor.
Can't you just shoot him up? Because everyone in the NFL is on drugs,
Yeah, but this
legal and illegal.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can numb it so you can at least move your thumb, but then your bones are just grinding themselves into dust.
You don't have any feel.
You have no feel. It's like applying icy hot.
Do they have a running game? Who runs the ball?
I don't even know.
This game is gonna be.
This
crap.
game is gonna be awful.
It's the Rams and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson is really good. He will make sure that he does what he has to do to win.
Get the job done.
Unfortunately, it's going to be like a 12-7 game.
Exactly.
Like 2 extra points missed, and he's doing a lot of scrambling and last-minute crap to make life, somewhat livable for Seahawks fans. But again, just forget about this game. In fact, you don't even need to know who wins this game, because I don't think any Rams or Seahawks fans are watching this with any level of seriousness. Because even them, they're like, man, I want to watch my team, but
This is gonna
this is
suck.
gonna suck. I don't know if we're gonna win. I don't know who's playing, and then the next week we're gonna get killed. So,
Yeah.
Fellas, sacrifice this one.
actually watch the terrible TV that your wife, murder. Let's watch 3 hours of how a woman kills her husband/boyfriend.
Murder for the football fan soul.
All right, we'll move on then. So it's not murder for my ears. Last game for the NFC is the Bears and Saints. This is the NFC is really weird matchups. Bears have limped into this playoff spot. Saints every year for the past 4 years, it's like, oh, this is the Saints year. Oh, this is the Saints year. This is it. Minneapolis Miracle, the no call,
the no calls,
the second no call. They were back to back.
Oh, that's right, because Minneapolis Miracle was 3 seasons ago.
Exactly.
It wasn't last year or the year before. It was the one before that.
It was Minneapolis Miracle, then no call against the Rams, and then another no call against the Vikings again, and then it went to overtime.
Right.
So, and like, okay, this is the Bears. This is double doink Bears. They got rid of that guy, so maybe. But I think unless the Bears need to rework their scheme to get Mitchell Trubisky to move around a little bit more, kind of like Russell Wilson. Not in the extending the play, but just get him moving. Because in the game against Green Bay today, when he was moving, like sprint out to the right or the left, he was pretty good. Getting the ball where it has to go, getting the right amount of yards. They were 4 for 5 on going for it on 4th down.
So Mitchell Trubisky, what we need to do for Mitchell Trubisky, for the Bears to have a chance. The Bears have no chance, by the way. But let's indulge the Bears fans out there. But for the Bears to have a chance, Mitchell Trubisky needs to have like a Make-A-Wish day. Like, we need to tell the Make-A-Wish Foundation that he's dying of cancer, or even better, maybe his kid is dying of cancer, and he gets to meet his hero. Hopefully his hero isn't Drew Brees. But, because he's going to meet him that way. But, the only way for them to have a chance is for every possible thing to go well. When I say go well, Harry Potter fans out there would know what I'm talking about. They need to drink the Felix Felicis elixir, the good luck serum.
The thing that Ron drank, right?
Whatever your instinct is always right. That's what you need. You need to have that sort of confidence and luck. You need to just feel so good about yourself. Like, the night before, the Pope happened to show up and officiate Mass for you. In your in whatever church you went to, something at that level. You find out that your wife or your brother or sister, hit the Powerball. So it's like, well, I'm gonna get a big chunk of money without getting hit by defenders. Oh, I'll take that out instead of this. I mean, there's no way. Like, this is almost, but not quite, almost NFC East chance against Buccaneers. The problem is, I think that the Saints are going to roll up 50 on the Bears. They are just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling over them. And the Bears are going to just slump their shoulders. Like, if I were the Saints, I would sell Bears t-shirts with really narrow shoulders because they're going to be slumped down in such a defeated posture.
In their pockets.
Like, extra fabric for the hunch in the back. So it's going to be, oh yay, we made the playoffs, and then by Thursday it's like, oh crap, we actually have to play this game.
Exactly. Okay. So thanks for your input. We're only doing the wild card round.
Yeah, we're not breaking up the whole playoffs because what if a quarterback blows his knee out next weekend? We should be able to redo our divisional round.
So join us next week. Hopefully happier or distraught, depending on which way games go. As of right now, kickoff for the Washington football team was 8 minutes ago. So
they're probably losing already.
I'll
Oh, not to Philly. Oh, they're even worse.
Oh, they're even worse. No, I'll add something in to see what happened. But join us next week when we break down the divisional round.